and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello, 93.7 The Ticket listeners. Welcome to Behind the Black and Gold. My name is Ellie Apfel, and I'm really, really excited to be here. We got Ben on the board, and I'm joined with Molly Ramirez. Before we introduce Molly, let me give you a little background to me, because this is the first time that we are on the radio, and I'm really, really excited to be able to have Molly here to talk a little bit about what we're going to get into. So here at The Ticket, we talk a lot about Nebraska sports, football, things like that. So I thought, why not bring in another school that's here in Lincoln, Nebraska, the school that I actually go to, Nebraska Wesleyan. Nebraska Wesleyan Athletics, it's a Division III university, and I'm really excited to bring in some athletes that I kind of feel like they just get pushed a little bit to the side when it comes to sports here in Lincoln. So just to be able to give them their flowers and be able to talk to them and learn about their stories. But a little bit about my sports background. I am Nebraska Wesleyan's PA announcer, so the person that's doing the lineups, things like that for different sports, for volleyball, basketball. Basketball might be my favorite. Sorry, Molly. But just announcing those. I started that when I was a sophomore, thanks to Gina Chambers. She is one of our sports professors at Nebraska Wesleyan. And because of her, I got into this. And I really give kudos to her for showing me how special it is and getting me into something that I really do enjoy. And I wouldn't be where I am without her. So I really appreciate her for that. I'm really excited to be here today. It's September 29th. I'm missing my dad's birthday celebration for this. So I'm just giving a big shout out to my dad for his birthday. Happy birthday, Derek Apfel. But I'm here with Molly Ramirez, who is a really good friend of mine. We actually do a lot of things at NWU, and we'll get into that. But Molly, thank you so much for being here for the first show of Behind the Black and Gold. How are you today?
Yeah, Ellie, thanks for having me. I'm good. I'm excited to bring some light onto the NWU side of things here in Nebraska.
Perfect. So Molly, tell me a little bit about you. What's your major? What are you doing at NWU? And tell me what sport you play.
Okay, yeah. So I'm from Iowa. I know that's probably a big red flag coming to Nebraska, being an Iowa fan. Go Hawks. Sorry, Husker fans.
Already off to a bad start.
I'm from Iowa. I'm a sophomore here at Nebraska Wesleyan, a sports management major, but actually I'm changing that to digital marketing major, minoring in sports management. I play on the volleyball team on the right side. Yeah, it's me.
Perfect. Well, Molly, so coming to Nebraska Wesleyan, it's Division III, so it's a lot different than you're committing in a different way. You're doing things like that. Why Nebraska Wesleyan, and why did you want to continue your volleyball career going from high school to college?
Yeah, in high school I played 3 sports, but I always knew that volleyball was like my one love and my passion, honestly. My recruiting process, I kind of was looking at different schools, and Coach Kane actually reached out to me September of my senior year, I think. And at first I was a little hesitant on it. I wasn't like, I don't think I really want to go to Nebraska Wesleyan. Like, that seems too close to home. I was really hoping to go somewhere that was like 12 hours away, probably. That's where mainly most of my visits were. But so I was supposed to go on a visit at first, and I ended up not going on my first visit here. And then she reached back out to me again, May of 22, I think. I don't know if those timelines add up, but
I'll do the math later.
whatever. Yeah. She reached back out to me and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give her a second chance. So I came to Wesley and took a tour, and I realized how close it was actually to UNL. And I really liked the big college town, but like the small college feel to it. And I just really liked the culture that Coach Kane had. And I met some girls coming in, and they just really showed what it was like to be a Prairie Wolf on the volleyball team. And it was just really a good first impression. As my mom told me, like, when you step onto campus, like that's
Mhm.
your place to go. And like at first I was like, I don't think I'll ever have that feeling, because all the visits that I went on, I was like, no, these are not it for me. But when I stepped onto Wesley and talked to Coach Kane and met the girls, I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I want to go.
Mhm.
This is what I want to do.
I had the exact same experience with you're in the college town, you're in it, it's technically like you're going to UNL, but you're just
Right.
you're going to Nebraska
Right.
Wesleyan. You
Yeah.
get everything with a smaller feeling. Your professors actually know you. You get the connections with them.
Mhm.
So before you came to Nebraska Wesleyan, before even Coach Kane had reached out to you, did you know anything about Nebraska Wesleyan? Had you ever heard of it before?
Um, no, I have not. I've never heard of it, which is actually surprising. I guess that's kind of my bad for not doing my research, because my sister goes to Loris, who's
Mhm.
in the conference with us. But like I never never heard of Nebraska Wesleyan. Like I've heard of Iowa Wesleyan, but when I think of Nebraska, I obviously think of
Mhm.
University of Nebraska.
Yeah.
So.
When I talked to a lot of people, I knew Nebraska Wesleyan because my parents went there, and
Mhm.
but if my mom or my dad didn't go there or anything like that, I don't think I would have known about it or
Yeah.
anything. But it's a hidden gem for
Right.
sure. And I tell that to a lot of people that it's a perfect little spot, and
It really is.
it's a
Yeah.
5-minute walk to each class. I would
It
like to say
literally
that.
is.
Ben, I don't know if you have this too. How long does it take for you to walk from class to class?
Well, I was very strategic with where I picked where I was gonna live. I live
Okay.
in the 50/50s, so since I
Mhm.
go to the journalism college, it's like a 5-minute walk for me.
That's nice.
The longest, if I for my coaching minor, a lot of those classes are kind of over here by closer to like downtown,
Mhm.
so it's like a 15-minute walk for me, but I don't know, it's
I
not that
think the
bad.
longest walk I've had was maybe 3 minutes.
Literally,
5
yeah.
if I'm taking a nice little stroll through campus, but
Yeah, it is
it's
what it is. I don't like the 15-minute walk, but
yeah.
it could be worse. There's some people that have to go like 20, 25
Mhm.
minutes
Yeah.
for their class. I
That's
I wouldn't like to do that.
I couldn't do
No,
that.
the
I could
thought
not.
of going, like, and taking a campus bus, like,
Mhm.
to get to class, like, stresses me
Yeah.
out. Like, being late to class or just getting off the
Mhm.
wrong stop. Like, as a freshman, doing that and getting on buses, I don't
Yeah.
think I could ever do
College,
that.
especially because you're a sophomore now, you're freshman year, you kind of figure it out everything, and that's really
Yeah.
good too.
Right.
It's easy to adjust to
Yes,
Nebraska Wesleyan, I will say.
it was an easy adjustment class-wise
Mhm.
going from high school to Wesleyan,
Yes.
because I was at a pretty big high school, so
Mhm.
class sizes were pretty much the same as we are in Wesleyan, so
Yeah. I had the same exact experience.
Yeah.
So you said that you enjoyed the talk that you had with Coach Kane. What was like right when you got onto the campus, you were talking with these girls, you were talking with Coach Kane.
Mhm.
What was the vibe? What was the community atmosphere like for you?
Oh, it was a lot of, like, respect
Mhm.
based. Like, the very first thing she said is that she doesn't play favorites. She is gonna put the best lineup out there that she has, and she, like, does not like drama. Like,
Mhm.
it's a very, like, team culture, um, that we have here, and we play as one. We play as one team. It's we over me, not
Mhm.
out there for yourselves on the court, which is something that we have really focused on this year, is like when we come in the middle, taking a breath and just being there for our teammates, asking how we can help them, and just being one team and not on our separate fields,
Mhm.
which is what something she really brought out first to me when I came and visited, which I really liked, because I feel like in high school it was kind of like very separate,
Yeah.
segregated, like varsity, JV.
Mhm.
That's it. Don't like cross paths in there, and that's not how it is here at all,
Mhm.
which I really like.
So you're coming into college, you're a freshman, but you started as a freshman.
Yeah.
What do you think? So obviously, it doesn't matter if you're going from D3 or Division 1.
Right.
If you're playing as a freshman, there's steps that you got to take to get there. You have to have a certain amount of skills. You have to have a certain amount of headspace. Like you have to have a good head on your shoulder to be able to do that because you're younger. You're playing with at that point you were playing with fifth years.
Yeah.
Like these are older girls. They're coming in. What was that like for you? And how did you keep a good head on your shoulder, stay composed to be able to compete at that level?
Yeah. So I actually remember the first time I got in, we were in California and the middle had a season-ending injury. Shout out you, Shay Gallery.
We love you so
Yeah,
much.
her ankle kind of went out on her on that slide, and coach looked at me and I'm like, shoot, this is my time. I guess I'm going in. So I went in, and honestly, when I stepped on the court, I kind of had a sense of calm to myself, which is not like something you would expect, and definitely not something I expected. Like, don't get me wrong, I had my nerves, but like I had the trust that my teammates had my back, and I was like, I came in excited, like, this is a big step for me,
Yeah.
like, this is, like, either I make my mark now or I probably won't see the court again, so, like, I knew, like, I had to go out and just, like, ball out, so, like, not to be cocky, but, like, that's kinda what I did, and I was like, I this is what I worked for, this is what I trained for this summer, this is what I worked for in preseason, like, this is my time to shine, and I'm gonna go out and just lights out, so
And as a college athlete, it's a little bit different when you're playing Division 3 from Division 1, but it's still your life. That's all you're doing. That's the people that you're hanging out with. That's the people you live with.
Yep.
So it consumes your life for sure. And that's exactly what you're doing as a freshman. When did you start weights or like preseason stuff?
So this year we came to campus on the 15th of August, and we didn't actually start school until the 26th, I think. And then we didn't actually have our first game until like the 30th. So we have like 15 days of actual on campus preseason and stuff. But being a D3, since we can't commit a recruit to campus as early as like D1s can, that's kind of like your own training yourself. Like, how bad do you want it? So for me, I started as soon as we got out from school. Like once spring season ended here at Wesleyan, I got home back to my gym in Iowa, and I just started lifting. Me and my friends, once they got back from school, my club teammates, we just started getting touches together. Just like the more touches you can get, the better, honestly. So in the summer, it's kind of more how bad do you want it? You're more you base, and that's on you if you get better or not. But then once you recruit or commit to campus in the fall in August, then that's like the team.
I like what you said about it's on you and it's how bad you want it, because that's how it is in Division 3. If you're obviously people can put a bad name on Division 2, NAIA, like, oh, it's not Division 1. So what? If you love that sport, if that's what you want to do, if you want to continue playing that, then do that.
Right.
Because we have so many, I think that's the difference between a lot of universities compared to Division 3, especially at Nebraska Wesleyan, because all of these athletes, do you want to be there? And if you don't, okay, then quit. There's there's nothing really, because if you don't know this about Nebraska Wesleyan in Division 3, we don't give out scholarships for athletes. So all the athletes that you're seeing playing and competing at Nebraska Wesleyan, they want to be there.
We are paying to play.
They are playing to play.
Yep.
So exactly, it's on you. If you don't want to be there, then don't be there.
Don't be there. Exactly. Yeah.
So you're really with people that are there for the sport. They're there because they love it.
Right.
And I think that brings a whole new element, I think, into the game.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest difference between D1 and D3 is like the internal driven passion for it. Like, just as you said, you obviously are there because you love it and not on a scholarship. So like there's a reason that you are there to pay to play, basically. So yeah.
So the first time did you go in for middle, or did you go on the right side?
So what had happened is our other right side, Aaliyah, who was playing the right side at the time, she went
into middle. Okay.
Yeah, and I subbed out. So she played the middle, and then I played on the right side. If I played in the middle, I think.
I was gonna say, are you trained in the middle, Molly?
I mean, no. I mean, growing up, obviously everyone plays everywhere. So at first when I grew up, I was like, I wanted to be a setter. I
Mhm.
thought I really wanted to be a setter. And then I'm like, no, that's not it. So then I did try middle in like
Mhm.
6th grade because I was kind of taller than the rest of my grade. So I'm like, okay, middle. But the the work it takes to go from pin to pin to block
I'm so glad you're
everything.
bringing this up.
The work it takes to go from pin to pin to block and then transition off the
Justice for
net.
the middles. Can we please put that out
No,
there?
yeah, justice for the middles. You guys, man, Andy Jackson out there.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I just admire her blocking and just
Mhm.
everything that she does. But yeah, middle is not for me. If I were to go out there as a freshman in that spot after she just broke her ankle,
Mhm.
I don't know if we would have
Yeah.
had a good turnout.
Did you end up winning that game?
Yes, I think we did
Okay.
actually. I think in 4 sets too,
Okay.
which pretty good.
Tell me about, so you guys just came back from, you played Cornell, but where was
Yes,
that?
we were in Mount Vernon, Iowa
Okay.
at Cornell, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how the weekend went.
Yeah, so Cornell has been a nationally ranked team in the past. They were ranked, but they lost that ranking.
Mhm.
But they are a solid team left and right. They have some scrappy players. They have a huge block, which is our first time really seeing a huge block this year, I think. So we lost in 4 sets, which is a good learning experience, and
Mhm.
we can bounce back from that. But as I said, it was like the block was really getting us. We gotta come back to practice and just work on hitting those different shots and stuff. But they really challenged us as a team to just come together when we're down and just like, how can we get out of this? How can
Mhm.
we move on to the next rotation? Um, so they were a good team to play against. And then we played against McAllister College out of Minnesota, I think is where they're from. And we won in 4 sets. And they were scrappy too. They played with lights out. So definitely was not an easy weekend. It was a good challenge before our first conference game,
Mhm.
which is somewhere that we want to stay solid in. But yeah.
So what's, when you're going on these when you're going on these away, you're going from Iowa to Minnesota. I swear you guys are
We're
they don't fly.
No,
You take buses.
yes.
So that's a
Something
whole,
D1 would be in shambles
yes,
to
I
hear
know.
about. A 12-hour
Yeah.
bus drive to Texas. Yeah,
Like,
it
oh, where are
wasn't
you
12
going? Oh,
hours,
I'm
but
going to Texas. Oh, it's such a awesome.
right, yeah.
Taking a plane? No,
No, we're taking the
no.
bus actually.
Actually, I feel like that
Charter
just
bus.
brings you closer together in so many different
Oh
ways.
man, I think my back is getting the best of it.
Yeah.
Like my lower back from sitting on those bus for 8 hours at a time. I'm like, wow, coach, we need a team chiropractor because this is getting
That's
pretty
actually
bad.
so smart.
A team
You need to
chiropractor.
bring in a team
No, I asked
chiropractor.
Katie one time. I'm like, when I was last year as a freshman, oblivious,
Mhm.
I was like, Katie, like, can you adjust backs at all? She's like, no, that's not. I can't do that. I'm like, dang. So I had to go find a
Mhm.
regular chiropractor out here in Lincoln, but someone recommended to me like UNL's team chiropractor. I'm like, really? They obviously
have a
have a
team-
team chiropractor.
What?
Okay,
There's some
Right.
there is some higher perks too,
there is
different things, but
Yeah.
I feel like we make do. And the thing is that at Nebraska Westland, you're not saying athletic training, you're saying Katie. So
Yes.
you have those relationships with
Yes.
them, and you form these relationships throughout your 4 years that they
Mhm.
become like family.
Yes.
Especially because, like,
100%.
yeah, now one of Nebraska Wesleyan's trainers is pregnant, and everybody's
Yes.
so excited about that.
Yes.
So it's just different connections that you're making throughout there.
Mhm.
But when you go on the, like, explain, because when you're in these different things, Division One, you're traveling on an airplane, you're there for
Right.
one game, and then you
Right.
come back. You
Right.
guys go on a lot of tournaments.
Yes.
What are tournaments like?
So basically, our last tournament, we were in Wisconsin for. We leave on a Thursday, and it's during the day Thursday, like 12 p.m. And obviously, people are going to have class then. So you
Mhm.
got to miss Thursday classes, and then you got to miss all Friday classes. And then, so we get there Thursday at like 10 p.m. probably.
Mhm.
So we're basically traveling all day. And then we've got to wake up in the morning and we have 2 games on the Friday, play either like back to back or like one game break. And then once you're done with those games, you go back to the hotel, take a shower, eat some dinner, hit the hay, wake up and do it all again. And then once we're done with our second game on those Saturdays, so 4 games in a weekend, once they're done with those second games, we shower, get on the bus, and back to Lincoln we go. And Sunday, day off, Monday, back at it again with practice. So really, it's like nonstop,
Yeah.
kind of.
Is that well? That I feel like that's kind of similar to like high school, like when you would
Yeah.
go to different like I know my high school team we went to Scotts Bluff, so that I'm complaining about that bus ride. Oh, it's just so,
No,
so,
it's
so
just
bad. It's
yeah. In high school, like you would have like you wouldn't stay overnight. That's the thing. Like staying overnight and like having a whole other second
Yeah.
day is kind of like it gives like more club tournament feeling. Like you were playing in a qualifier. You
Yeah.
stay at a hotel with your teammate. And don't get me wrong, staying at a hotel with teammates is so fun. Like the adrenaline before coach tells you who is like your roommates for that
Yeah.
weekend is like, oh my gosh, who am
Do
I
you guys
gonna get?
always have different roommates?
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
Well, not every time, but like it's never like the same 3 people in a room. But yeah. So that's always fun figuring out.
And you're doing those. So like you're a sophomore. Were you rooming when you were a freshman? Were you rooming with seniors and things like that? Like you're constantly mixing up.
Yes. Actually, I think I had it like really good last year because I think almost every time I was rooming with our setter Alicia Sadoff, and she's like my best friend on the team. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if Coach did that on purpose. Thank you to Coach Kane if she did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was either with Alicia all the time and like an upperclassman like Addie or Shay or Naya sometimes I think I was with. But yeah, usually it's like underclassmen, upperclassmen pairing type.
And when you're doing all this, do you like it's just strictly volleyball, or do you guys do things like in between to like kind of
yeah, on the
fun?
longer weekends, like when we go to Minnesota, our big thing is going to the Mall of America. And
oh my god, I'm so jealous.
You know, it's so fun.
I've told you this so many times. When you guys go to Minnesota, I get so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, they went to Addicted. They have a store there.
Oh my gosh, Addicted is like so. I didn't even know it was a thing until Sydney Benson brought it up. She's like, yeah, it's like a Instagram store thing. I'm like, what?
TikTok shop?
Yes.
We won't get into that.
I'm like, it was just so cute. It was like a Shein, but like in store. But yeah, so basically Coach caves out like a day kind of for us to like have our legs like walk around and chill out kind of, and then shop at the mall and go on some rides. Some of the girls love rides, not me. I think I'm terrified of rides. The only ride
We'll change that.
I will go on to is Disney World rides.
Okay.
Like just the fear.
I'll accept that.
The fear of like falling out of a roller coaster.
You won't fall out of a roller coaster. It's science. Come on, there's science.
Probably
involved.
not, but like also I think I have really bad motion sickness. Like
okay. That makes more. That's a more valid excuse than thinking you're gonna fall out.
Yeah.
Like if being in a roller coaster makes you like nauseated or whatever, like sure.
That's
but
okay.
like if you think you're gonna fall out, it's just not.
They strap you in to the point you can't breathe.
That's true. That's true. I guess it's good that we don't fly places though, because my motion sickness, I've yacked like 3 times on different times on planes, which is good that we don't actually fly. So.
Well, Molly, we're going to take it to break here. When we come back, we're just going to learn a little bit more about D3 volleyball and get into a little bit more talk about upcoming games that NWU volleyball is having.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Accident and don't know where to turn. You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith. Innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Attention! For a limited time, Acres is offering 1.9% for 60 months on remaining 22 and 23 John Deere combines. This extraordinary low interest rate, along with Acres' discounted pricing, allows you to upgrade your equipment before harvest and lock in incredible savings. And with Acres' A-plus support package included, you'll be up and running throughout the harvest season. Act now. This special rate won't last long. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 8 bouts are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the professional middleweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Niederhaus Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Niederhaus's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Niederhaus Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Niederhaus Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
The internet headache always starts in the contract. Buffering, hidden fees, connectivity problems, regular outages. What a pain in the asterisk. But there's a cure and a way to stay connected, headache-free with Allo Fiber. No contracts, no secret fees, no robots repeating the same thing over and over. Just fast-acting, painless internet, doctor's orders. Break free from fine print misery. Switch to Allo Fiber now to get real speed and support simplified. Visit allofiber.com/breakfree to switch today.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Behind the Black and Gold. I'm Ellie Apfel, and I'm here with Molly Ramirez, and we got Ben on the ones and twos. Shout out to Ben.
Hello.
We are back, and we are going to talk about coming up first home game, Molly. First home game of the 2024 season. I'm excited. Yeah. I hope you're excited. I hope that all of NWU Nation is excited. Tell me a little bit about what preparation is going into this week, what your team is doing, what you're doing to just prepare for how many people are going to be in the stands on Wednesday's game.
Yeah, there better be a big turnout here. So we got Monday and Tuesday to really lock in and just get as many touches as we can. Usually Monday's practices are more like skill wise and like just bring it down to the basics and just work on like over the weekend, reflect of what we need to do better. I know for sure one thing that we're going to be working on is some blocking. I know I got used a few times this weekend on my block, which is always unfortunate. But so we'll do like little like easy drills of just going back to the basics for blocking. And then Tuesday will be more like team-based drills and just pre-practice, just what we're going to see on Wednesday basically and how we're going to prepare and scout out. Simpson is who we're playing. and we'll have the reserves probably play some things that Simpson does usually, so we
Mhm.
can see it like on the court before we're actually playing them, and which is what really is helpful for having those reserves out there, is just to help us get us prepared. But yeah, so me personally, you know, I'm just locked.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be
You're
locked.
always
Locked in?
I'm locked in.
You're
I'm locked
always
in.
locked.
Yeah. No, every day for practice, we have this like board. It's like, what's your goal for the day? What's your like mental state,
Mhm.
basically? And this week is gonna be, it's gonna be up there. This
Yeah.
week it's gonna be out of 5 probably.
So you've played a few games out of you guys are constantly, I swear you guys are always away on weekends. So it's good when you guys aren't. But first home game coming back compared to the last time you guys played in
Yeah.
Snyder Arena. That was
It
hard.
was
That was the hard
it
one
was
to lose, hard one to
unexpected to
watch.
say the
Yes.
least. Yeah.
Just what is your headspace going into that, playing in the arena
Mhm.
again? What are you most excited for? Things like that.
I'm excited for the crowd.
Mhm.
Usually there's always just like, it's always fun hearing your name like in the crowd, whether that's from like the opponents like booing you or like
Mhm.
saying, "Hey Molly," like as you're serving. Like I've gotten that in Texas. I think it was like the dudes like look up your roster or something and just like scream at you. Like I always find that as motivation to just like
Mhm.
keep
It's like, "Oh
going.
my gosh, you
Yeah.
looked me up." That would be me. I'd be like,
"Oh my gosh, do you like
"You
me?"
looked like."
No, no, no. Yeah, it's fun just hearing like the hate from the other
Mhm.
like the
Fuels your
opponents.
fire.
It does. No, it literally does. I use that as fuel for
Mhm.
sure. But like also in the stands, also hearing like our parents in like the student section, if we have a student section, and just like the students just cheering, like when you get a good block or like a
Mhm.
good kill, like I always get the chills.
Yeah.
If like even for my teammates, like if Addie gets a huge kill, like you just know that the crowd is gonna go crazy, and then the
Mhm.
chills are going crazy. Or this weekend, even Aaliyah Clark has some amazing blocks this weekend, and I just got chills up and down of like, wow, that was good. Like we're pretty good
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah, I'm excited for that.
you have players like Aaliyah Clark, Addie
Mhm.
Thomas. I genuinely enjoy watching both of them play, especially
Yes.
because I know how hard Aaliyah can hit.
Oh my gosh.
And when she's
Yeah.
on, she's on.
When she's on, that thing is down.
Down.
Like there's
Like,
no
there's
chance you're getting that thing up. It is
exactly. And
down.
it's almost 10-foot line going there.
It
Like,
literally is. Yeah. And her hang time is insane. Like
uh-huh.
I just watch her, I'm like, wow. Okay, she's up there. And like from Alicia's standpoint
Mhm.
as the setter, like you just got to get that thing
Yeah.
quick out of your hands because
She's
she's up there
quick.
quick. And if that connection is there, it's
Mhm.
beautiful to watch. Yeah.
Explain to me setter connection, especially it's huge when it comes to the
Yeah.
game of volleyball.
Mhm.
What does your team do to focus on setter hitting connection, things
Mhm.
like that, especially one-on-one and just
Mhm.
overall?
I think it comes down to the trust you have in your setter.
Mhm.
I personally trust Alicia a lot to distribute the ball equally, distribute the ball well, handle the ball if it's a bad pass to give you the best ball. Like I think a setter has got to be one of the hardest positions. Like
Mhm.
if you get a
It's
bad
the
ball,
quarterback of the court.
right?
Or point guard for basketball.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We could
If
make so many analogies.
Oh, yeah.
if you get a bad ball, man, you're the girl that's got to get it to that pin and get it either
Mhm.
try and run the middle, see where those blockers are at, and just give the best ball that you can so that set up your attackers for a good swing and try and get a kill out of it because the attackers is the ones who's probably going to get the
Mhm.
points. So if you don't get a good ball, then there's going to be like long rallies and
Yeah.
you want to try and get the first kill, obviously. But yeah, sitter, header, whoa, hitter setter connection is so important. And that's probably like the big thing that we have been working on this season is just really just trying to connect. Like all hitters are different. So your sets are going to have to be,
Mhm.
you have to tailor to your hitters basically. No matter what, if you set just one ball, your hitters are still going to have different timing, different approaches to everything. So it really comes down
Mhm.
to that connection for sure.
What I appreciate about the NWU volleyball team is especially last year. I know you're a sophomore now, but you, Alicia, Kobe,
Mhm.
were those the 3 freshmen that played last year? Or I don't know if anybody else.
It wasn't Kobe. Kobe's a junior now.
Kobe's a junior now. I knew that.
Sorry, Kobe Patton.
Sorry,
No,
Kobe.
actually, what was shocking was the freshman transferred.
Yeah.
So Jacqueline Riedel, she transferred to a school back closer
Oh,
to home.
yeah. Jacqueline.
Yes. She had a great power swing too. So when she didn't come back this year, it was kind of like, oh, like she left in May. Like she told us that she was transferring. And by that time, all the recruits like that coach got are committed and there probably isn't more out there. So I don't think coach was really expecting to try and fill that spot. But thankfully we had Kobe in the back pocket, who's still a great option and playing 6 rotations as an outside too. That's great. And she's got a good swing too. But yeah.
I'm glad that they good defensive player.
Yes.
Overall. And I know that she was playing some really good volleyball this weekend.
Yes. She had the stat kills for Cornell, I think.
When I saw that, because I didn't know that we haven't had a home game. I haven't really got to see her play, but I did
Usually
not know.
It's Addie, but they put their big blocker on Addie this weekend. So we tried to switch it up and Kobe did a great job using that blocker and hitting over, trying different shots. But yeah, she's really come as a big step to
really developed as a player.
Yeah, I agree.
Addie Thomas. Let's talk about Addie Thomas.
The heart of
Wesleyan
volleyball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She, since her freshman year, I've loved watching her play. I love the camaraderie that she brings to it. She just has this light that she has that she brings to the court. And it's obviously she's a power hitter. She's going to go out there. She's going to get her kills, but she got that kill, but she's giving, hey, great pass. Hey, great set. She's giving flowers to the people that deserve that.
100%.
And that is the type of athlete I feel like, especially like as a freshman, what was your idea of Addie Thomas? Like what did she bring to the table for you?
Addie was probably the one person I really looked up to as a freshman. I still look up to, obviously, just like the way that she puts herself out there on the court. Like sometimes she can get kind of like angry and that was a little scary for me at first, but like once you like realize like that's just her like wanting for herself to do better and like wanting the team to do better, like I like see it as a way to like motivate ourselves now. And I think that she is just like not only a phenomenal player like on the court, but like also a phenomenal person off the court. And I think that is like a big thing to me, is just like who you are kind of, and that just shows on the court too. But yeah, she's just insanely good. Like every award that she has gotten is incredibly
so well
deserved. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
And I don't care what people say. Oh yeah, Addie Thomas got this award.
Who's surprised?
Who's surprised?
No,
she deserves
it. She's just
She puts in the work. She does what she needs to do. And I like what you said about how good athlete, even better person.
Yes,
that's huge. You can be known for all the accolades that you get, all the awards, but I would rather be known as, she got that award, but she's not a great person.
Yeah,
she was really mean to me that one time. You want to have that positive feedback when people are talking about you. And I don't think any person could have one bad thing to say about Addie
literally
Thomas.
Nope. Like
I don't have one bad thing to say about Molly Ramirez either.
I don't have one bad thing to say about Ellie Apple.
But it just to be around her is I feel like you just become a better person.
No,
when you're around
she
her.
literally lights up every room that she walks into. Like her passion for Jesus and just for living life is just inspiring. And I really look up to that. And so I'm gonna miss her a lot next year for sure when she leaves.
It's fun to watch, and I think that's the difference between when you're going Division I. Obviously, I love watching Andy Jackson and Harper Murray out there on the court, but I don't have a personal relationship with them.
You're just fangirling over them.
I'm fangirling over them. I know Addie Thomas personally. I know you personally. Like it's just, it means more.
Yes.
When I'm watching you guys, like I am when I'm watching sports, I'm watching my sister. If I'm watching my sister play or watching my sister's friends, like I get emotional. Like I want to be like, oh my gosh, they're doing so good. I want to cry. Like that's the kind of person I am. So when you add that little thing, like when I'm watching you guys play, or like when you guys are about to win or something like that, like those big kills, and when you have to yell
that's so
things like that, I get so excited. it adds more to it.
I hear it when you're announcing it too.
Yeah.
That's so
I have to have when Matt is talking to me, he's like, okay, calm down. Sit down. And that's
Tone
the same,
down.
that's
Hold
the
on.
same thing especially when I'm at the table and I'm like talking and things like that. I have to remember that I need to stay professional sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's why I like going to different places. Like over the basketball season, I went to Buena Vista when they played BV, and that was so fun because I got to not say whatever I wanted because obviously I was keeping it professional.
Right.
But I got to stand up and yell at a ref when I wanted to.
Exactly.
I can't do that when I'm
you're
at.
announcing. Yeah.
I've had the amount of times that I've had to have Matt tell me to, hey, simmer down. But like when you guys get like big kills, like I can't help but want to stand up.
Yeah. Behind the desk, you got to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word? Unbiased.
Unbiased.
Keep it unbiased.
But when it's like, I'm like, yeah, match point. Everybody stand up. Nobody at that table stands up. I stand up. I stand up. I don't really.
Just
I don't
the
care.
urge to scream yip yip in the microphone is huge. I
yip yip.
Yip yip.
No, Dr. Good always tells me I need to start saying yip yip more.
Dr. Good and I.
Can I get a yip
tight.
yip?
I'm
gonna see him tomorrow.
Dr. Good and I are real tight.
Mm-hmm.
We're best friends.
See, that's the thing about NWU. You have a personal relationship with the president.
Would your president come up to you and say, Molly Ramirez, I've been meaning to meet you as a freshman? He came up to me saying that. I'm like, this is the president talking to me. Molly Ramirez, I've been meaning to meet you. Like, oh, okay. I've been meaning to meet you actually. But sure. Nice to meet you, Dr.
When
Good.
I got the LinkedIn message a week later, I didn't check. I don't really check my LinkedIn, but he had wished me a happy birthday on LinkedIn.
See, that's
it was the best thing.
That would have made my whole year, honestly.
See, no, it did.
No other
it made my whole birthday.
No other president is connected with you on LinkedIn except for Nebraska Wesleyan's Dr.
Exactly.
Good.
He's always like, I announced that I was working at the ticket and he liked it and he commented on it and he was saying,
he's just a good guy.
Just an overall great guy. Relationships are huge.
Yes.
When it comes to this, when you have a smaller school, you have to build those relationships because honestly, Nebraska Wesleyan is what you make it. And if you're not forming those connections, you're not going to enjoy it.
Right. That's exactly it.
We're going to go to break and we'll wrap it up in the final segment. But thank you for listening. 93.7 The Ticket.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Recent gator sightings in Nebraska rivers have biologists perplexed.
Alert! Take advantage of Nebraska's gator infestation and get yours at Acres Fall Gator Sale. We've got 0 interest financing on all John Deere new units, and every used gator is priced to sell. Choose from a variety of models and trim packages. All accessories and attachments are discounted too. For work or play, Acres has the gator for you. Go to acres.com for more details.
LES's new online account system is now available. Visit les.com/pay to pay your bill, set your bill notification preferences, view new self-service functions, and more.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
The internet headache always starts in the contract. Buffering, hidden fees, connectivity problems, regular outages. What a pain in the asterisk. But there's a cure and a way to stay connected, headache-free with Aloe Fiber. No contracts, no secret fees, no robots repeating the same thing over and over. Just fast-acting, painless internet, doctor's orders. Break free from fine print misery. Switch to Aloe Fiber now to get real speed and support simplified. Visit aloefiber.com/breakfree to switch today.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
A commitment to volunteer service is one of the many things that makes Nebraska so special. Volunteers give their time, energy, and resources, and they ask for nothing in return. The Step Forward Awards ensures they're recognized for all they do. Those honored this year for the impact they've made in their communities are Gretchen Mack of Omaha, Kira Montiel of Papillion, Vern Hickok of Cairo, Mildred Moody of Gehring, Blue River Arts Council in Crete, Nebraska Land Bank in North Platte, Lincoln Industries in Lincoln, Centerland Meredith of Seward, Deb Zobel of Ashland, Sally Harms of Wisner, Senator Diana Shimmick of Lincoln, and Rick Weimer of West Point. Serve Nebraska thanks all nominators, nominees, and sponsors for helping us celebrate volunteerism. To learn more about the Step Forward Awards and this year's honorees, visit serve.nebraska.gov. Sponsored by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alrighty, as we wrap up in this final segment, I just have a few more questions for our special guest, Molly. And again, Molly, thank you so much for being here. I knew if I was going to have one person come in and talk, I know I texted you really late last night, and it was probably just like, oh, what does she want? Yeah. But it was really important. It was important notice.
I'm always here for you, Ellie.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't want anyone else. We're both yappers.
This is fun.
We like to talk. This has been fun.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed this, and I've enjoyed being able to talk to you just in a different setting. But I want to talk about, you're obviously a sophomore, but what are some goals that you have looking forward? I know that you've done a lot as your freshman year. You're doing even more sophomore year. What are some goals that you have for yourself?
Personally, getting, oh my gosh, first team all conference as a freshman is something like really big. That's not a common thing.
Mhm.
So to just keep that out for 3 more years, like all conference, all 4 years is like, wow, that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Mhm.
So just working towards that, I think that comes down to like stats wise, keeping it clean, like hitting wise, trying to minimize my errors and
Mhm.
keeping a good hitting percentage and blocks, just getting as many touches and just blocks as I can. It really comes down to that. So I would say all conference the next 3 years. And me, like just season wise this year for me is hitting percentage is like a big thing that I really focus on.
Mhm.
This is kind of bad, but like I get really upset like when I like make errors. Like if I cut the ball too hard on the line, it just like irks me because I'm like, ah, it was so there, but like it's just those small little errors
Mhm.
that can make a game. So just really dialing in and trying to keep it as clean as I can and play as clean as I can, really.
So everybody makes errors. Everybody has those
Yep.
little moments
Yep.
that are a little bit worse than others. When you're in those kind of high pressure moments and you know that it's 23-24
Yep.
in the final set, how are you staying composed? What
Yeah.
are you doing to kind of collect yourself?
I like to pride myself on how composed I look in the face,
Mhm.
but sometimes in the head, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, my heart is beating. Like if I put my hand out, it's shaking. But usually what I do is I take a deep breath. I like twinkle my fingers a little bit.
Mhm.
And like once that ball is served, usually you would think when it's like that close, like a hitter would not want to swing as hard as they can. They would want
Yeah.
to do shots. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of both, like a hard swing with a shot with it. And then it gets to the point like the other weekend when we were in Wisconsin, we were like down 21-24 or something. And I had like the last 3 kills. There was like a tip in the deep corner, a
Mhm.
nice line shot swing, a tip right over the block. And then the last one was like a cross court shot from the outside and we won the game. And I was like, okay,
And
I actually did
that's
that.
what being a smart volleyball player. Obviously, everybody loves the big kaboom 10-foot
Right.
line
Yeah.
kills, but there's so much more that goes into it.
Yes.
Hey, that back corner's open,
Mhm.
I'm obviously going to put the ball there. Just things like that.
Yep.
Feel like people kind of stray away from. Yeah, it's
Yes.
awesome to see
Mhm.
somebody get hit in the face.
Yeah. I
But
love
hey,
seeing
that
but
roll shot
yes.
right over the block, that was smart.
A kill is a kill,
A
whether it's
kill,
a tip,
a kill is a
push.
kill. I
Yeah.
say that all
A
the
kill is a
time.
kill.
When I play my intramural games,
She's a dog
a
on the intramural
kill
stand
is a
court.
kill.
Yeah.
Shout out. I know my intramural teammates are listening to this. We're going for the ship this year.
Yeah. I could see it in the future.
Yeah.
That's your goal this season for
That's my
your
goal. We had
volleyball
one
team.
last year. We're coming back.
I love it.
2-peat.
Hey, 2 feet.
2-peat.
Let's go.
2-peat.
Who's gonna take your spot once you guys graduate?
See, that's
To be
there's a lot
determined.
of things that people are gonna have to take.
You're-
I'm a day by day person. I'm
There you
thinking I'm
go.
not really
There you
thinking
go.
about that right now.
You're just leaving a big picture for
Uh-huh.
it. Mhm.
Yeah. I'm making my impact.
Yeah.
And that's
Love
all that
that.
I can do.
Yeah.
But who is one person that you've obviously been playing sports volleyball for a
Mhm.
long time? Who's one person that's inspired you that's kind of just been your rock
Yeah.
through all of your sports?
That's one thing actually that we do this season is we ask ourselves what our why is to remember why we're still playing. And I
Mhm.
think that comes from my sister Maddie. She is special needs. She has a disease called spinal muscular atrophy. If you want to learn more about that, we have a game coming up October 18th against Doan.
She'll be there.
She will be there. Basically, a little background on that: her muscles deteriorate as she gets older, and she's in a wheelchair and like cannot walk. So just the thought of playing volleyball for her because she will never have the chance to, and just like continuing to do it every day for her, and just like pushing to do it for her because I see the way that she looks at me and the way that she actually really wants to go out and do sports, and I just keep doing every day for that reason. So yeah, October 18th, come out, support the fundraiser. All proceeds go to curesma.org. Yeah, it'll be a fun time. She'll be there. We'll be cheering it on,
And you will feel
with
very lucky
shirts.
if you get to meet Maddie.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
Yeah, everyone
So
wants to.
awesome. Everybody wants a picture. She literally met Caitlin Clark.
She got a signature from Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. They
Oh.
had a conversation. Caitlin Clark told her, "Thank you for coming." So
When I
they're
saw
basically
that,
tight.
I was so jealous.
Yep. But yeah, she's my inspiration for sure.
I love that.
Mhm.
I truly, truly do. And as we're wrapping up, what's one thing that you want to say to the younger generation of volleyball players?
Yeah.
Like, what's one thing that you want to leave them with?
Trust the process, honestly. In high school, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but I did not play varsity one second. I did not step on that varsity court. So just trust the process, keep working hard, and your time will come. If you really want it, just work for it. Your time will come.
And what do you think as a volleyball player? You're obviously a sophomore, you have new freshmen coming in. What have you been doing to kind of show the freshmen like the culture of NWU volleyball?
I think on the volleyball court, the main thing is communication. So just constantly talking, whether during rallies, if like bring energy, or just, constant communication, I think is a big thing that I am really good at, and just showing that to the freshmen and showing them that's how we do it here at Wesleyan.
That's how we do it here at Wesleyan.
That's how we do it.
Thank you so much, Molly, for being here. We're going to wrap it up. And thank you, everyone, all the listeners that came in and listened to the first show of Behind the Black and Gold. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.